Well, it's time for another stop. The beautiful East Coast, absolutely stunning area. This is called Swansea, and I've decided to stay at another one of Flag's heritage properties. This one's called Meredith House, and I'm told it's absolutely unique, very relaxing, and a very charming property. So the best way to find out about that is to get on inside. I'm with Jeff Butler. He is the owner of Meredith House, an absolutely stunning spot here in Swansea. And we're going to have a bit of a hit, aren't we, mate?
Well, I'm going to educate you into the finer arts of croquet, mate.
Everyone out there knows that I need educating, okay? So mugs away?
Mugs away.
All right.
Not like golf.
Oh.
Hit between the legs, mate.
Okay. Gentleman's game.
That's it.
All right.
Basically, the aim of the game is to be the first player to peg out by hitting the peg with both your balls. The peg is a wooden stake found in the centre of the court, kind of like a cricket wicket. But before you can peg out, you have to negotiate your way through a series of hoops. The game hasn't changed much in its 200-year history, making it a fitting sport to play on the lawns of Meredith House.
Jeff, tell us about this beautiful house. I mean, it's absolutely stunning.
Well, 150 years ago, it was definitely built for the Raj,
Yeah.
and served as a very large country home. And it's been used for a staging station. It was certainly used at one stage, we believe, for a satisfactory place for sailors to visit at certain times.
Yes.
But most of its life, thank goodness, has been in the boarding house and now in heritage accommodation.
And a school too at once, is that right?
It was a school and it was a hospital as well.
Fantastic. There's some history in there.
Well, we don't believe there's any ghosts in the place, but there would have to be something left over from the number of people who have lived in it.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I reckon I'll get you on toast now, mate, and we have another shot, okay?
We'll have a shot. Yeah, let's see.
Here we go.
It's not too bad.
How are you going to get through? Oi! The uniqueness of this place, tell us about that.
Well, it's situated on about 3/4 of an acre to start with, of landscape gardens, and the croquet lawn is just one aspect of it. But the house itself, we've got 7 heritage rooms in the house, and then there's another 4 rooms which incorporate spa suites.
Okay.
And I think that variation allows for the public to either stay in something that's 150 years old,
Yeah.
or stay in something that's a little bit more modern but looks 150
Yeah,
years
it's still got that feel about it, that's for sure. And I mean, you've got the barbecue set up here, you've got the verandas, the beautiful views. I mean, it's a special place.
old. Oh, and you can smell the salt off the water.
I'll tell you another thing we've got to mention is, of course, Comfort Inn. They came here. Tell us about the rating they gave you out of 100, because this does not happen very often.
No, well, it didn't. I know when the last appraisal we had on the property was a fairly close 99 out of 100.
99 out of 100. I don't think you can beat that, mate.
Well, they tell us it hasn't been beaten.
I tell you what, though, I reckon I can beat you with this shot.
You won.
Oh, well, thanks, Jeff.
Cheers.
Look, mate, I couldn't have done it without you, because
that's right.
as you could see, I had no
It's
idea.
that swing that did it.
I'd like to go back to that style. That's all right. When you're on the Drive to Targa Trail holiday, you're going to take in some fantastic scenes on the roads of Tasmania. But when you get to Fraser National Park, Coles Bay, and see the gang from All 4 Adventure, you're going to be taken in a totally different terrain. This is going to be good fun. Tim.
Scott, how you doing?
Good, buddy. Yourself?
Good.
Mate, we're up for a bit of fun, I hear.
We are.
What's the story with All 4 Adventure, mate?
Well, we utilise these great bikes here to get you out to see some different parts of the national park and give you a good understanding of what this park has to offer, and go to some areas that you don't normally get to.
Okay, and what about the is there any age limit with driving a machine like this?
Everyone needs to have a driver's licence.
Yep.
So that really means from 18 upwards. We've taken out 85-year-olds as well, so there's a big range there.
Yeah. What are some of the spots we're going to check out?
Well, we're going to take you up to a great little spot. It's called Cape Torval, and it'll give you a really good feel for this national park. It's high up on the cliffs, magnificent boardwalk,
Yeah.
and we get to go there by the one and only 4-wheel drive track. We've got special access to it, so we're going to go up that way.
We're going to have a good time, we're going to have a bit of fun, but it's safety first too, eh?
It's definitely safety first. That's why I'm going to give you one of these.
Beautiful. Been called a helmet head before, mate. I won't take it again.
Well, let's get out there.
All right.
The road to Cape Torville is nothing more than a dirt track, littered with water-filled potholes and forest debris, reminding you how far off the beaten track you really are. But with Tim's considerate and responsible leadership, you know you're in good hands and have no doubt that you'll get to your destination safe and sound.
The streets are wet and shiny in the rain. Get out of the house. I tried to get
And once you get there, you're blown away by the absolutely outstanding views.
and out through the junk. The wind is blowing.
Perched atop a pink granite cliff face that plunges directly into the sea is Cape Torville Lighthouse.
Get out of the house. Yeah. Get out of the house. Get out of the house.
I tell you what, that was totally awesome. Spectacular views, really cool on these bikes through the national park here. And the bottom line is, if an 85-year-old lady can have a go at this, so can you. All for adventure? It sure was. Thanks, buddy.
Roll them up into a ball and cast them out across the whole land.
Well, I've jumped on board with Fuller's Cruises to check out the ultimate maritime park in New Zealand. It's called the Bay of Islands. The scenery here is nothing short of spectacular. But my main aim is to get to the hole in the rock. They tell me it's absolutely awesome. There are around 144 islands with secluded bays, and beneath the crystal clear waters thrives an abundance of marine life. Apart from the impressive islands and rocky outcrops, there's also historical significance in the man-made settlements peppered throughout the Bay of Islands, as this is the cradle of Maori and European civilization in New Zealand. This behind me is Piercy Island. It was named by Captain James Cook many, many years ago, but is now renowned as the Hole in the Rock, and it stands 148 metres above sea level. And we're going through it. Well, after seeing that magnificent hole in the rock, it was time to pop into romantic Russell, a beautiful little seaside village here. And it's really hard to believe that once it was a rowdy whaling village, and you can imagine what would have happened here. Now it's a quaint little seaside town. It's got fine restaurants, arts and crafts stores, beautiful little cafes, and one of the oldest pubs in New Zealand. Don't know if I'll be going there though. Russell was the first capital of New Zealand and one of the first European settlements established. The town is rich in history with a variety of shops and pubs that make up its old world charm.
Duke of Marlborough Hotel.
Well, here we are at one of New Zealand's most significant historical sites, Treaty House at Waitangi. And I'll tell you, after walking around the gardens here, I've got a real sense of reverence. Want to come and have a look? Let's go. The Waitangi National Trust Treaty Grounds is a unique and fascinating insight into New Zealand's historic past. New Zealand's most significant document was signed here in 1840 between the Maori chiefs and British Crown and became the basis for life in New Zealand as it's known today. The historic Treaty House, which was originally built in 1834, is one of New Zealand's oldest surviving buildings. Today it houses a museum dedicated to telling the story of the coming together of the two cultures. The Icefields Parkway is a spectacular drive that cuts its way through some awesome mountainous terrain to the Columbia Icefield, the largest subpolar body of ice in North America. It's here that we're going to embark on an Ice Age adventure as we travel onto the icy slopes of the Athabasca Glacier on board a custom-made snow coach.
Either Jasper or Calgary if you came through either one of those locations.
We're about 75 minutes out of Jasper at the Columbia Icefields. Absolutely fantastic. We've got a snow coach up here, which you've got to do. You can't just walk up here yourself. You'd be crazy to do it. I don't know if it's really hard to explain the enormity of this place, and I don't know if it's coming across the camera, but this is around 400 years old, these glaciers and the surrounding glaciers. They're 3,500 metres tall. So we're like ants walking around this area. The water is absolutely pure. I'm going to taste that in a minute, but I just hope that it's coming across. If it's not, come here yourself, because it's really, really, I know I've said it a few times in this episode, but this is awesome. It's totally awesome. All right, let's try some of this beautiful, pure water. It's chilly, but it's very nice.